Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Russia will fight until it fulfills its war aims, says Kremlin on the 4th anniversary of the Ukraine war, as Zelensky urges the European Union to give clear date for Ukraine's accession into the bloc. US doubles pressure on Iran to make a nuclear deal soon on its nuclear ambitions. President Trump says no deal would mean a very bad day for Tehran and its people. US new tariffs take effect at 10% instead of the 15% Trump announced earlier. World's largest aircraft carrier, USS Gerald R. Ford, has arrived at the U.S. naval base at Solder Bay in Greece's Crete as it heads towards a broader American military buildup in West Asia. The deployment comes amid renewed tensions with Iran, with President Donald Trump warning of possible military action if Tehran does not agree to a new nuclear deal. The United States already maintains a significant naval presence in the region, including the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln and multiple destroyers. The move follows earlier confrontations over Iran's nuclear program after Washington withdrew from the 2015 nuclear agreement. US President Donald Trump continues to walk a tight line between diplomatic and military solutions for Iran, reiterating on Monday evening that he preferred to strike a deal to curtail its nuclear program, at the same time warning that if that doesn't happen, it will be a very bad day for the country and sadly for its people. Meanwhile, Iran has firmly dismissed speculations about a potential interim agreement with the United States, stating that such claims have no basis. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghei addressed numerous rumors regarding the format and substance of ongoing negotiations between Tehran and Washington at a press conference on Monday. He underlined that none of the details circulating are confirmed by Iran, especially those regarding an interim agreement, which he said had no basis. Meanwhile, in what seems to be the preparation for any contingency, the ground forces of Iran's Revolutionary Guards held military drills on the country's southern coast on Tuesday. It comes as the United States weighs possible airstrikes against the Islamic Republic. Staying in the region, the U.S. State Department is pulling out non-essential government personnel and their eligible family members from the U.S. Embassy in Beirut amid growing concerns about the risk of a military conflict with Iran. The State Department on Monday updated its travel advisory for Lebanon, repeating its warning that U.S. citizens should not travel to the country. Remaining embassy personnel are restricted from personal travel without advance permission, and additional travel restrictions may be imposed due to increased security issues. The U.S. has built up one of its biggest military deployments in West Asia, with President Donald Trump warning on Monday. Iran has threatened to strike American bases in the region if it is attacked. On to Ukraine now, where Kiev residents came to a halt on Tuesday as the city observed a moment of silence marking the 4th anniversary of its conflict with Russia. Soldiers lowered military flags in the Ukrainian capital, while commuters and pedestrians stopped in place. As the clock struck the hour, citizens bowed their heads, remembering those who lost their lives in the 4 years of its conflict with Russia. Meanwhile, in a video address that showed Ukrainians carrying out acts of resistance against Russian soldiers in the opening days of the conflict, Zelensky said Ukraine was ready to do everything it could to secure a strong, lasting peace in the region. The president stressed that Ukrainians want peace, a strong, dignified and lasting peace.
Ukrainians are enduring the hardest winter in history and terror almost every night. I do not know who else could withstand this without collapsing or wavering. Ukrainians are doing it. Of course, we all want the war to end, but no one will allow Ukraine to end. We want peace, strong, dignified, lasting.
European Union leaders are visiting Kiev, joining President Zelensky for a prayer service inside St. Sophia Cathedral. The leaders stood alongside priests of various countries and military chaplains as prayers were read out for Ukraine's soldiers and civilians. While NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte spoke at the NATO headquarters in Brussels, saying, "The transatlantic group always stands with Ukraine throughout the challenges and will continue to do so." He asserted that there cannot be true peace in Europe without real peace in Ukraine.
What Ukraine has endured. But while we pay tribute to those lost and those suffering, we also stand in hope, inspired by 4 years of unbroken resistance. NATO stood with Ukraine from the beginning. We stand with you today, and we will stand with you throughout the challenges ahead.
The Kremlin, in its response, asserted that Western countries' decision to intervene in the conflict in Ukraine meant that it had become a much wider confrontation with nations that Russia believed want to crush it. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said that the fighting continued, but that Moscow remained open to achieving its aims through political and diplomatic means. Peskov said that Russia continues to make efforts to achieve peace while holding its position very clear and consistent. On to the global tariff turmoil. The United States has imposed a new 10% tariff on most imports from Tuesday, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. This is in accordance with the rate first announced by U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday. The move follows a ruling by the Supreme Court of the United States that struck down earlier tariffs imposed under emergency powers. Although Trump later said that he would raise the temporary global tariff to 15%, the official notice confirmed imports not covered by exemptions that would face an additional ad valorem rate of 10%. Section 122 provision allows such duties for up to 150 days to address balance of payments concerns. On to the weather front in the United States. A powerful blizzard brought more than 2.5 feet of snow to many parts of the Northeast on Monday. Extreme weather brought travel for millions to a near standstill as roads were closed, train services down, and 8,000 flights cancelled. U.S. airlines now scramble to add flights on Tuesday in an attempt to recover from widespread disruptions.
The northeastern United States has been under siege from a severe blizzard since Sunday, with relentless snowfall and exceptionally strong winds causing widespread disruption across the region. The storm dumped heavy snow across parts of the U.S. Northeast, forcing road closures and school cancellations. U.S. airlines are scrambling to accommodate stranded passengers and reposition aircraft and crews as the weather improves. Thousands of homes and businesses were left without power, and officials, including New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani, urged residents to stay off the roads so emergency crews could clear snow and debris from the streets.
If you can, remain indoors. If you must leave your home, please rely on public transit. I am grateful for our tireless agency teams who have been working nonstop to prepare our city for this blizzard and to keep New York running. This has been a full-force winter weather response operation, with 2,600 sanitation workers deployed on every 12-hour shift and over 2,300 plows, including 700 salt spreaders mobilized citywide. I know that this is a city full of people who do not like to sit still. And yet, as the snow continues to fall and conditions remain dangerous, I am asking you to do just that.
Central Park in New York recorded over 15 inches by Monday morning, with higher amounts reported across Long Island and parts of New Jersey, where some communities saw close to 2 feet of snow. Snowplows were deployed across the Northeast as officials sought to reduce prolonged disruption. Major cities including New York and Philadelphia advertised dedicated warming centers for people caught outside in the cold. Further, a travel ban in Rhode Island was prolonged until Tuesday, while Massachusetts' governor announced new restrictions for non-essential driving in parts of the state. A closure of Boston public schools was also extended to Tuesday due to continued bad weather. Bureau Report, DD India.
You're watching DD India Live, still to come on the show. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney to visit India on Thursday, his 3-day visit to focus on expanding ties. Mexican army remains deployed around area of El Mencho operation. President Sheinbaum asserts situation under control.
Always welcoming. The vibe of job is larger than life.
The land of forests, nature's hidden jewel. Jharkhand.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I am Tanvi Taneja. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will travel to Israel on Wednesday in a visit that underscores the deep and enduring friendship between the two countries. Ahead of his trip, Prime Minister Modi responded to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's message on social media, highlighting the trust, innovation and shared commitment to peace and progress that define India-Israel relations.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Israel on Wednesday, underscoring the deep and enduring friendship between the two nations. In a message responding to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on social media, Prime Minister Modi highlighted the trust, innovation, and shared commitment to peace and progress that define India-Israel relations. He expressed appreciation for the warm sentiments from his counterpart and fully agreed on the strength and diverse nature of bilateral ties.
And this week, we will see an expression of the special relations that have developed in recent years between Israel and the global power of India, and between myself and its leader, Prime Minister Modi. We are personal friends. We speak frequently on the phone. We visit each other.
India's partnership with Israel has grown steadily over the past decades, spanning defense cooperation, agricultural innovation, technology, and people-to-people exchanges. For India, Israel represents a trusted partner in both strategic and developmental spheres. For Israel, India is a vital ally in Asia, offering a vast market and a strong voice on the global stage.
The
fabric of relations has continued to tighten, and he will be coming here so that we can tighten it even further through a series of decisions relating to deepening cooperation between the governments and between the states, economic cooperation, diplomatic cooperation, and security cooperation.
Prime Minister Modi noted that India deeply values this partnership built on mutual trust and innovation, and conveyed his anticipation for meaningful discussions during his forthcoming visit. India's foreign policy balances strategic interests with shared values of progress and peace. The visit is expected to reaffirm the enduring bond between the two democracies, while opening new avenues for cooperation in technology, security, and sustainable development. Bureau Report, DD India.
With an aim to strengthen business ties between India and Canada, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal virtually interacted with Canada's International Trade Minister Maninder Sidhu and held a discussion related to India-Canada Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. The leaders also discussed strengthening business ties on both sides through regular delegation-level engagements. In a post on X, Minister Piyush Goyal wrote, and I quote him, had a virtual interaction with Maninder Sidhu, Minister of International Trade, Canada, on advancing discussions related to the India-Canada Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. We also deliberated on strengthening business ties on both sides through regular delegation-level engagements over the coming months to build sustained momentum in our economic partnership. So the meeting of trade ministers is being held ahead of Prime Minister Mark Carney's India visit beginning Thursday. During his visit, Prime Minister Carney will visit Mumbai first and then visit New Delhi, where he will meet his Indian counterpart, Narendra Modi. The leaders will focus on elevating and expanding the India-Canada relationship with ambitious new partnerships in trade, energy, technology and artificial intelligence, talent and culture and defence. He will meet with business leaders to identify investment opportunities in Canada and create new partnerships between businesses in both the countries. India is the world's fastest growing major economy and a powerhouse in global commerce and technology. In 2024, India was Canada's 7th largest goods and services trading partner, with two-way trade coming to $30.8 billion. At last year's G20 Leaders Summit, Canada and India agreed to formally launch negotiations for an ambitious comprehensive economic partnership agreement. The agreement is aimed at supporting Canada's goal to more than double two-way trade to $70 billion by 2030. The AI Impact Summit held in New Delhi showcased AI for smarter mobility, featuring autonomous mobile robots for warehouses and intelligent transportation solutions like those from the Delhi Metro. The summit emphasized AI's role in creating efficient, safe and sustainable transportation ecosystems. A report.
India's transport network carries millions of people and tons of goods every day. AI is enabling safer and efficient mobility through predictive traffic management, real-time public transit optimization, and electric vehicle infrastructure. From smart traffic control to connected vehicles and autonomous systems, AI is reshaping how India moves. Through real-time data analysis, pattern recognition, and automation, AI helps predict, prevent, and optimize, saving lives and preventing mishaps. AI-driven mobility is revolutionizing Indian road infrastructure by enhancing safety, reducing congestion, and optimizing maintenance through real-time data analysis. It is achieved through adaptive traffic lights in Bengaluru and Kolkata, iRaste predictive alerts, pothole detection, and 5G V2X systems. Delhi Metro Rail Corporation uses AI for demand-based transit and arrival prediction. AI supports the 4 essential E's of road safety: engineering, enforcement, education, and emergency health services. It does so by smart risk detection, hotspot prediction, emergency response, road metrics mapping, simulations. The National Highway Authority of India's first AI-powered advanced traffic management system on the Dwarka Expressway in Delhi can flag 14 violations. Meanwhile, Indian Railways is leveraging use of artificial intelligence across its vast network. An AI-enabled intrusion detection system detects presence of elephants on railway tracks in vulnerable corridors. AI-based predictive maintenance of signaling systems is being piloted to develop standardized failure prediction logics and alert mechanism. Video surveillance systems equipped with AI-based video analytics support safety management by automatic event detection such as intrusion and loitering. Kavach is India's indigenously developed automatic train protection system. Combined with advanced AI-enabled monitoring and predictive tools, Kavach is designed to prevent train collisions. AI in Indian shipping is rapidly transforming logistics by enhancing operational efficiency, cutting costs by up to 25%, and improving delivery accuracy by 40% through predictive analytics and automation. Key applications include AI-powered route optimization, real-time cargo tracking, automated port operations, and predictive maintenance. AI reduces fuel consumption and delivery times by analyzing traffic, weather, and congestion in real time. Algorithms analyze vessel data to predict equipment failures before they occur and identify risks in shipping lanes. The AI Impact Summit featured innovations that include AI-powered road safety, intelligent traffic management systems, and assistive technologies for navigation. As India accelerates toward 2030, AI will be the key enabler of transport network that is predictive, responsive, and sustainable. The future of transport is intelligent, and it's already taking shape. Aarti Rana's report for DD India.
On to Mexico now, where authorities on Monday deployed an additional 2,000 military troops to the western state of Jalisco following violence in the wake of the death of Mexico's most wanted cartel leader, Nemesio Oseguera, known as El Mencho. Mexico has deployed 10,000 troops since Sunday to quell clashes sparked by the killing of drug lords that have claimed dozens of lives. Oseguera had a $15 million US bounty on his head. News of his death triggered spasms of violence across the country, with cartel members blocking roads in 20 states and torching vehicles and businesses. At least 25 National Guard members were killed in subsequent clashes. US President Donald Trump is yet to respond publicly to Oseguera's death, but he posted on his Truth Social platform, Mexico must step up their effort on cartels and drugs. In response to the violence and clashes in Mexico, the United States, Canada, and India have issued stay and shelter warnings for its citizens in the Mexico region. In the US and Canada, several airlines have also cancelled their flights to Mexico. And on to some sports news now. Australia outplayed reigning world champion India to pick up a 6-wicket win in the first women's ODI in Brisbane today. India were bowled out for 214 despite solid 50s from Smriti Mandhana and captain Harmanpreet Kaur. Australia chased down the target with little difficulty following 50s from skipper Alyssa Haley, who is in the middle of her farewell series, and Beth Mooney. Spinner Ashley Gardner was the standout bowler for the home team, returning with the figures of 3 for 33. The multi-format series is now locked at 2-2, with India winning the preceding T20 series 2-1. In hockey, India went down fighting in a shootout against Spain following a tense 1-1 draw in regulation time during the Hobart leg of the FIH Men's Pro League. Despite holding a 1-0 advantage until the 59th minute, courtesy of a brilliant strike from Maninder Singh, a late equaliser from Spain's Bruno Font forced the shootout. In the shootout, misses from Abhishek and Hardik Singh proved costly, as India fell 3-4, walking away with a single point from the hard-fought encounter. India will next take on Australia in the 4th game of the tournament on Wednesday. And finally, a story that's winning hearts. Shoppers are rushing to buy an IKEA or a Gontan plush toy after a baby makue abandoned at Ichikawa City Zoo in Japan was seen cuddling it like his mother. Take a look at these heartwarming visuals. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live. And for those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and the world on our DD India mobile app. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.